you've likely been curious to check out some live-action anime movies or TV series. The problem is these have typically just been so awful. There's been, Dragon Ball Evolution, we have Ghost in the Shell, there's the Netflix Cowboy Bebop and Death Note productions, and what's really disappointing about these is not only do these live-action versions of anime kind of fail to understand what made the originals so successful, is that they even make the original fandom embarrassed to be fans of these things in the first place, which is not what you want. And you're kind of starting to see a trend change here, much like what's gone on with video game adaptations. We have The Last of Us, we have Twisted Metal, even the Super Mario Brothers movie, and how they've rewritten the narrative that a video game adaptation is destined to fail. We're starting to see the same thing happen with live-action anime, this medium that was forever cursed, and now it kind of seems uplifting that this might be viable opportunities for people to tackle this. So the thing to be aware of here is what's different in Netflix's live-action One Piece series is that they've worked exclusively with the creator of One Piece, Eiichiro Oda. They've really worked hard to make sure that he's included rather than taking the creator out of the equation, which is what's happened with a lot of these other live-action series. Now, Netflix's One Piece also has a huge budget. It's one of the most expensive TV series ever made. It has a budget higher than Game of Thrones. It's on par with Stranger Things, so money is obviously going to help, but the real key ingredient is that they've worked so hard to confer with Oda and make sure that things are up to his approval. He's vetoed certain sequences they've done and made sure that they've done reshoots, and it's really important that there's collaboration with the creator of these series, because ultimately that's what made fans interested in these things to begin with. And I don't know why, but it's been so bizarre to kind of see previous anime live-action adaptations not try to coexist with their source material, but almost augment them and replace them. And it's as if people don't want to watch anime or they don't want to read manga, and that their English version of this is the definitive be-all, end-all, which is an asinine perspective. You shouldn't be appealing to completely new audiences, but a lot of the people that are going to watch this are fans of the original in the first place. I mean, Adam Wingard, who did the Death Note adaptation, he's a great filmmaker. He knows what he's doing, but at the same time, he tried to Americanize Death Note. He made Light Yagami, Light Turner, and that kind of just opens a bigger can of worms of how you can have live-action anime productions that totally whitewash the cast. You can have the reverse perspective where they have a full Japanese cast that might not pop with international audiences. One Piece has been very careful with their casting, where they've cast a wide net that isn't one or the other and kind of includes everyone. And again, they referred to Oda and kind of talked to him with what he wanted in this series. So Netflix has really kind of set a new model for how to do a live-action anime right, and there are a few other examples that have, done some impressive work and kind of got fans' attention. We have the Speed Racer movie by the Wachowskis, and we also have Alita Battle Angel by Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron. And what's different about those and what they're doing that's similar to Netflix's One Piece is that the Wachowskis, James Cameron, Robert Rodriguez are fans of anime. There's so much anime DNA in The Matrix. When James Cameron made the show Dark Angel, it was explicitly pulling from Alita Battle Angel. And these are people that aren't only fans of anime, but clearly respect the stories that are being told by the creators. And whether they've worked with them specifically or just kind of taken their themes, it's been successful in that front, and it's kind of further proof that if you want a live-action anime film to work, you shouldn't be working against the source material, but trying to create a product that exists alongside the original, that it's not meant to replace it, but to prompt curiosity, that if you like this, maybe check out the anime, maybe check out the manga, and that's what One Piece has done so well. It's really lit the fan base alive, and so many people that might have never checked this out before are now interested. And not only is this encouraging for the future of what can go on with live-action anime adaptations, you also kind of just see the visual language of anime spilling over into mainstream blockbusters. I mean, Jordan Peele's Nope has a lot of this going on. There are shots right out of Akira that are put into it. In Michael B. Jordan's Creed 3, you have a lot of anime stuff going on there too. So it's very exciting to see the tide kind of turn here, much like in the same case of video game adaptations, where not only are we getting more positive live-action anime films, but that the visual language of anime is becoming omnipresent in big movies, not just small indie films, but big tentpole blockbusters. And what Netflix has done is very exciting. They have more live-action anime on the way. There's supposed to be a live-action My Hero Academia coming out. There's a live-action Yu Yu Hakusho coming out. And it should be interesting to see if they take notes from One Piece and are following example, or if they kind of break this trend and regress like what we've seen in the past. So what we have right now is a very encouraging future, and it should be interesting to see if One Piece, what they've done, is enough to fully change the tide here and, you know, usher in a whole new line of live-action anime movies where it's no longer something that fans automatically write off, but something that can make them actively curious to check this out. And if they like the anime, watching a live action version isn't going to feel like it's destroyed their passion or just ruined what they loved in the first place.